All right, I don't want to leave you hanging. The easiest way for something that has to do with this vessel, with this cavity, what's within me, in this journey, in this physical realm right now, I have to say certain things and be or act a certain way. So if I play a demon character and then the explaining or giving you in just little small amounts of detail of how deep this is when it comes to real black magic, generational black magic, and these human beings that are flesh, they're goy, but they truly are the word homunculus. People, it's the more that a human goy denies what he's telling you, the more that that soul is more evidence of an Ahrimanic being. All right, and now let me just use an example, okay, to pull you in. All right, the next time you're driving somewhere, I know you've noticed this. When you're looking and you're very observant, because you should be, but you can't be because of the screens and everything. But you see people that are driving, and when they have to look left, they have to literally turn their whole body. Okay, and so they have to literally turn this way, and if they're bigger, they can't even hardly do that. They have to do this, and almost force themselves. And you're saying, yeah, so what? Listen to this. A human being should never be in any kind of physical shape that they can't turn their head like this and look that way and that way. Cause and effect is this. When you create bloodlines to be ignorant and lazy as shit, they're going to have offspring. And then they're going to sit in front of our shit, which is screens. And then we're going to make them lazy. And we're going to show them brands over and over and wrappers and packages that are black fucking magic. Toxic arsenic chemicals. And then they grow into that. That's what an Ahriman is. You feed this Ahriman to these homunculus beings because we are compared to what's melted underneath your feet. We didn't build that. These physical forms didn't. So when we're looking at just an individual, because what's going to create that? The couch. These human beings have been conditioned to think that evil or Satan is going to come in flames in a huge chariot with demons and everything, but that's not how real evil works. Remember, if we're harvesting your soul, which we are, we're going to give you a comfortable lifetime, but we're going to fatten you up and we're going to marinate you for generations too. See, before your medical industry, it wasn't there. So we had to literally go through generations of setting up structures that you call fast foods and gas stations and stores and all that. That are just substances. See, in black magic, we stored demons and then summon those demons anytime that we want to. The entrance that the humans go into is in trance. They're in a trance. So when we're looking at the individual that can't turn left or right because they've been on a couch and they've just sat right there. Okay? So that's going to cause problems within the anatomy. But yet they watch screens that says no. it's just genetics. It just came out of nowhere. I don't know what. And they believe that shit. So when, that's real evil. Just using that. Think about how many millions of people that is. Shit ton. That create how many careers, how many, deaths, how many. Just think about how much that creates. And the black magic is in the letters. It's in the words. And couch is ouch. It's insane. As a demon. Even the entrance. See, now we can move on to an older lady. It doesn't matter where it is, what geographical location, what color, hue, whatever it is you want to call it. In any pharmaceutical store, pharmakia means sorcery, you're going to find old women, and all their hair is going to be fried, but yet they'll have it sticking up with what little that they have with hardcore spray and stuff that's not good going in here, and then eventually going into the brain. But yet they live with that because they've seen commercial after commercial after commercial. And combine all the Chanel brand. Chanel is Chanel, but it's really Channel, channel. See, we put these fake actors on the screens and rub our black magic all over them, and then show it to the homunculus goy Arimans, and then they suck it in and go buy all the shit in the store. You can literally, you're summoned to the store to obey what's coming through the devices. But my whole point is this, is you can throw away the wars and everything. The war is that now. You got to understand something. Demons hate human beings so bad. So bad. You have no idea. There's not even a word for what I'm trying to tell you. The end result of all this is to harvest souls. That's what it's meant to do. Spirit has been gone. And once these goy homunculus, they can't understand, like the medical industry. Their vision is to, every birth is in their structures. And then right when they come into the world, bam, even before they're born, bam, getting the substances in there. It's ours. They can't see that within, 50 years, that's how it is. And then within 50 more years, every soul that goes across is the exact same. Everything that is uploaded into them. It's not all spread out now with their fucking screens and their black magic and all of our channels. There's a shit ton of channels. Same way makeup goes on the skin, the same way the channels goes into the optic nerve. And then it programs these little Arimonic homunculus. And then they react. It doesn't matter who an individual is. If you'll if you'll go observe nature and watch birds and watch their necks on how, in the average goy will say, well, that's because they're a bird. It's like, just think about not having screens and what would you do? But then they're like, well, there's nothing to do. It's like, yeah, there is. That's my whole point, too. You've been designed to always have something in front of you. And so that's your character and your will. But you have to, when You have no idea how disconnected that you are. The whole point of this is real evil is not in one event. It's generational. Okay? This is the biggest fucking crazy beginning shit of the biggest shit that they've ever done. And they practiced for a long time. But this was nothing that just came out of nowhere, what we're in right now. It was already visioned a long time ago. And, you know, we're talking about when we're looking at incarnation, reincarnation, we're looking at true spirit on the other side and the zodiac and true evil and true good. You know, what we see in physical form means nothing compared to how real that the other side is. And these humans will say, he's crazy and this, that, and other to you. Because this is a battle. It truly is. And I mean, we're talking about centuries of souls being thrown into this world and being uploaded with what the fuck ever it was, wherever they were, by these demons, these Jesuits. And then they die and go over, and all those forces go with them. Then they have wars everywhere, and then all these young... And that's where you don't understand. Like if a 21-year-old passes to the other side, the forces, unused forces goes. You know, and then like it will say if they had this much life to live on this earth to be 100, then 79 years right when they cross over is compressed. That time is compressed. However long the Constitution could have lasted of the anatomy is compressed into the white light. And then you get into like if you've ever been swimming and held weights and it weights you down, well, on the other side, it'll be weights, but you go up. Yeah. And a bunch of other cool shit. But the humans will deny every bit of that. They'll deny every bit of it. So if you can see that if we're going to be neutral and we're looking at reincarnation and cultures and incarnations and stuff, then this soul coming in was uploaded with black magic, goes across those forces and everything, comes into the world, uploaded, goes across, and now we're here. And now we're fixing to be to where, like he said, in 50 into 100 years, every soul that goes across will be uploaded with the same amount of fucking black magic into the brain, because the souls have already been conditioned. Now they're just being I don't know what's the fucking word I'm looking for, but it's not hard to see it. The human anatomy, this anatomy was built to be active and to exert the lungs, breathing in and out, and they don't have that. They're just sit there and get scared. Don't do nothing. Don't go outside. It's bad. Germs are everywhere. You know what I mean? Take this. Oh, the reason they're fucking sick is because they don't do nothing. That's the whole thing. They're not real. And they're all bug-eyed and everything, and they're from the chemicals. You know, you like hand sanitizer. It's like it's flammable. I mean, are you sure that's not getting in? Oh, but it works. It's like, yeah. And that gets in there and then runs through your brain. And see, Ahriman represents turning the living into the dead. That's what Ahriman's job is. So the one driving that can't even move, the organs inside are dead. The neck muscles, all that, bones are weak. Okay, so what's living, even though it's living, it's dead. What's in here has no thoughts, no true thoughts. It's guided. The vessel, it's a vessel. The brain is programmed through the screen. Do you not see that? And then it's guided everywhere it goes by the billboards. In the very beginning of all this bullshit, Coca-Cola was the first, billboards, some chocolate companies. That's it. So that you had very few seeing that shit. And then as each generation, each goy homunculus generation grew into the next billboards and careers of chemicals. And then this generation there's more. And then this generation there's more. And now there's digital fucking signs everywhere and phones in everybody's hands, screens everywhere, screens in the waiting room, screens every fucking where you go, headrest, this, that, and other schools, touchscreen, VR. And you see, one soul will be, and it will be a fucking demon soul, demon plane, but a sphere. It's hard talking about shit like that because the average brain is fucking fried from that garbage. So, it's not hard to see that. I love you.